Hi everyone, good morning. We are exactly 2 minutes away from voting to start for the vice presidential elections. Prime Minister Modi will be the first person to cast his vote. He's absolutely on time, coming in 2 minutes ahead, because he'll be the first person, as I said, to be casting his vote in this election. Now, the voting that starts sharp at 10 a.m. will continue till about 5 p.m. Counting will begin at 6 p.m. What you're seeing are live pictures of the Prime Minister arriving in the Parliament complex for the voting. Now, there are about 781 MPs who will be voting in today's secret ballot. So the counting will, of course, take some time, possibly a couple of hours. So we are expecting the results at about 9 p.m. or so. Though honestly, ladies and gentlemen, if you take a look at the numbers, the results are a foregone conclusion, given that the NDA has the numbers. The majority mark is what? It's about 391. The NDA has 388, while the India bloc has 488, I mean. So all things remaining the same, C.P. Radhakrishnan, currently Maharashtra's governor, is set to be India's next vice president. His opponent, Justice Sudarshan Reddy, is set to lose. Let me go straight across to my colleague, who is joining me from Parliament, from right outside Parliament, actually. Swati, hi, you've been reporting since morning. We are seeing pictures of the Prime Minister do his namaskar, come to Parliament, and I think, well, in another minute or so, we should be getting pictures of the Prime Minister casting his vote for the Vice President's elections.
Absolutely. We'll soon start getting those visuals. And, yes, like you said, it's a foregone conclusion that the next Vice President is going to be C.P. Radhakrishnan, the NDA candidate. But wishful thinking for the INDI that believes that there's going to be a lot of cross-voting. The INDI feels not everybody in the NDA is happy with the decision, happy with the candidature of C.P. Radhakrishnan. INDI, of course, is making it all about an individual who belongs to the RSS being chosen by the BJP, by the NDA to be the next Vice President. But look at, how carefully the Bharatiya Janata Party decided its strategy, the math that went behind selecting or electing Mr. C.P. Radhakrishnan. The BJP is in it for the long game. The BJP is looking at Tamil Nadu. The BJP has come up with a candidate who has been, a non-controversial figure, who is from the Gounder community. So the caste equation was also kept in mind. Of course, he hails from Tamil Nadu and, like many experts would tell you, BJP already eyeing political returns from this decision that they have taken, and that pretty much put the DMK in a spot. Of course, when Sudarshan Reddy was chosen as the candidate by the INDI, one can say that Chandrababu Naidu was also in the same fix or the same spot as the DMK, although they of course have announced their support to the NDA candidate, which is Mr. C.P. Radhakrishnan. But that's the kind of strategy that we are talking about, Shreya. So while the opposition or the INDA is looking at this as a fight of ideology, like they say, the BJP is thinking about the long-term returns that they would be able to cash in or benefit.
Swati, we are taking a look at the pictures on our screens. The Prime Minister has arrived. Now, this is a secret ballot. So there is some hope within the opposition India bloc that there will be cross-voting. And who knows, cross-voting ho sakti hai. After all, Constitution Club mein cross-voting hui thi. So we don't know. But for the vice presidential elections, it's important to note that no party can actually issue a whip. Plus, this is a secret ballot. Pragya is joining us on the broadcast. Pragya, we are seeing Kiran Rijiju on our screens right now. I think I see Bhupendra Yadav as well. So all leaders have arrived. Most of the leaders have arrived in Parliament, of course, because 10 o'clock is when voting starts. And the Prime Minister, I think it's about 10:02, Pragya, the Prime Minister would have then already cast his vote. Given the fact that the voting is simple, you have a parcha, you have a secret ballot. Hi Tehseen, joining us in the studio. You have a secret ballot, a parcha. You have the names of the two vice presidential candidates, which is CPR and which is Justice Sudarshan Reddy. Now, it's very interesting. The person you choose, you have to put the numerical 1 against his name. That's the Prime Minister coming in. You have to put the numerical 1 against the person's name. Now, the numerical 1 can be in any language. It can be in any regional language. It can be Roman. It can be anything. It can be Devanagari. But you cannot write, for example, ONE. It has to be a visual representation of 1, the numeric. So that it's easy for people to count. After all, more than 700 secret ballots have to be counted. This is not the EVM. तो वोट चोरी की तो बात आएगी नहीं यहाँ पे. So that process could take a little time. Hi Pragya, you're joining us on the broadcast as well. It's 10:03. I'm thinking to myself, possibly the Prime Minister has already voted. He's in Parliament. We see those pictures.
Well, we'll get the visual when Prime Minister goes to cast his vote, and in fact, he's going to be the first one because he has then to leave for Punjab and Himachal because he'll be touring all these flood-affected regions. And in fact, the MPs from those same regions are going to be casting their votes soon after Prime Minister because they need to be in their areas as well. So very collaborated strategy that they have, that first Prime Minister and then those MPs will cast their vote so that they can be with the people who are affected by the flood. Apart from that, all the NDA MPs, they had their breakfast meeting at many cabinet ministers' residence, and in fact, it was also a refreshing course where they were again told about how to cast their vote. There was a mock session that happened yesterday in the Parliament, and not just one that you specified that they had to write numerical 1, but also with the pen. There needs to be only one pen, blue pen. You can't use green pen or red pen. So these technical details they have been told to these MPs, and in fact Prime Minister yesterday made an appeal to everyone to listen carefully about how they need to cast their vote, because one or two votes here and there invalid won't make a difference, but it may send a wrong message to the nation. And this is exactly why Prime Minister said that you need to be very, very careful on how you cast your vote. Every vote counts, and they, as far as NDA is concerned, they would want to see as someone whose candidate has been accepted widely, so that they can also tell people of the country and the opposition that you spoke about the unity. Here is the unity that NDA coalition has. So this is also a messaging to the opposition, and not just that, because opposition made it an RSS candidate versus the candidate with the constitution. It is very important for them to have the greater number, and also as just like opposition believes that they can have some cross voting, NDA also believes that there might be some MPs who may not want to vote for Mr. Reddy because their conscience might not allow. So let's see when the numbers comes in the evening when but you are right, it is a foregone conclusion that Mr. C.P. Radhakrishnan is going to be the Vice President of India.
All right, so we'll wait for the official confirmation to come. That will come up, Pragya, I think about 9:30. Thank you very much for joining us. The voting process just about getting underway. As we see these pictures coming to us from Parliament, let me quickly introduce our guests who are joining us this morning. Thank you all of you, first of all, for coming in. Tehseen, good morning, namaskar.
Good morning, thank you, Shreya, for having us
joining us in the studio.
Yes.
I know it's a bit of an effort early in the morning.
No, if the Prime Minister can go at 10 o'clock to vote, I can surely be in your studio.
I don't know why you're aiming for a ticket from the Congress. You should be aiming for a ticket from the BJP.
I'm aiming to lead India.
Chalo, inshallah. Rohan Gupta, national spokesperson of the BJP, joining us on the broadcast as well. Rohan, good morning. Manisha Priyam, senior journalist, thank you very much. R. Rajagopalan, senior journalist, joining us on the broadcast. Thank you very much. Sanjeev Srivastav, joining us on the broadcast. Tehseen, we've already introduced him. Shekhar Iyer, thank you very much for being with us. And Neerija Chaudhary ji is joining us on the broadcast as well. Rohan Gupta, good morning. As national spokesperson of the BJP, we know that irrespective of who's abstaining, who's not, etc., it'll make very little difference to the math that will play out this evening. We know that you have the numbers. We know that the ruling NDA has the numbers. But I'm very interested to know how you managed to convince the BRS and the SAD and the BJD and the ZPP and also Waris Punjab De to abstain from voting.
See, it is not about, BJP managing the things. It is every MP knows that what is good for the country and whom they should vote. Now you see the opposition narrative. They are saying that you have to vote to protect the soul of the nation. And the candidate is meeting fodder came accused Lalu Yadav. So what is the fight? We know that they don't have the numbers. They are expecting to have cross-voting in name of nation's soul, and they are meeting Lalu Yadav. So their narrative itself is not, on the line of what it should be. So at the end of the day, everybody knows that what is good for the country, what is good for the future of the nation, and people will vote for that. And rightly said by opposition leaders, the people will go with their soul, they will vote as per their conscience, and that's why the vote in in favor of NDA will increase, and you will see from UP a lot many MPs voting for NDA.
Okay, but Rohan Gupta, here's the point. If the BRS that is abstaining, and the Shiromani Akali Dal that is abstaining, and the BJP that is abstaining, and the ZPP and Waris Punjab, they all these parties abstaining for the vote today, if they know what is good for the nation, as you are saying, which is why they are abstaining, they should have just come out and said, like like Jagan has come out and said, that we are voting with the government, we are voting with the NDA. YSRCP ne to bol diya na aake, all our 11 MPs will vote for the government.
It is. I agree with you. See, I completely agree with you, but it is for those parties to decide whether to vote and not vote. I cannot comment on that. At the end of the day, we have to see the larger narrative, where the country is going and where overall the parties are going to think. And again, officially I am telling you, when the numbers will come out, you will see that lot of people on paper who are now seeing that supporting UPA, they will definitely hear the voice of their conscience and vote for the NDA candidate, because that is the voice of the nation. That is the voice of the nationalism. And see the narrative, the judge, the ex-judge. Other thing is, opposition party was against judiciary into politics, and they are putting somebody who is the ex-judge, and he is going and meeting Lalu Prasad Yadav in the name of protecting the soul of the nation. What is the narrative? People vote for the narrative, and this narrative is completely false. It is a hypocrisy.
Okay, and one of the narratives was this is a South versus South battle, a Tamil Nadu versus Telangana battle. But honestly, this is a battle between the two major political formations in this country. Tehseen, will you come in here? Now, both blocs have made a great effort over the weekend, yesterday as well on Monday, to ensure that when the voting happens, all members know what to do.
Yes.
There is no confusion, there is no gadbad, and there was a mock voting as well.
Yeah.
Where was Rahul Gandhi?
He's in the country today. He'll vote.
Yeah, of course he'll vote for these elections. But this is a major battle that is playing out. Should he not have been with his MPs learning how to cast his vote? Even if he knows how to cast his vote, it's just optics. It's terrible optics that all your MPs from the India Alliance are sitting in a room learning how to vote today, and Mr. Gandhi is in Malaysia.
No, but he's back in the country now, and he's going to be voting. He came back last night, as I was on Madhav's show, and I said that he will be back, and at that point he was landing. Soon they came to know. But I think there are 2 or 3 things that why what you spoke about this.
No, you don't know. You are totally circumventing my question about bad optics. You're trying to, but kyun mere ko chale de? I've known you for...
Let the light go to the viewers, and now light bends.
Okay, so bad optics. You're agreeing it's bad optics. Continue. I'm not saying there's a problem with anyone taking a holiday. I myself take holidays.
I don't know if he took a holiday. I think he was on official work. Yes.
So why did he not come out and say it?
Why should he discuss Why should he discuss?
Then deal with the bad optics.
No, I don't think this bad optics are good optics. But
and your photos dekh ke aisa to laga nahi that he was on official work. He was in a white T-shirt interacting with some locals.
But he's always in a white T-shirt, and locals will catch him all across the world. He's a global leader. The issue is simply this. Look, there are 2 or 3 things that I will concede to you. Number one, and just to clarify, why is the Punjab is not voting, not because they're abstaining, because Amritpal's in jail and he didn't ask for coming out.
Okay.
So that's one. But I do agree with you, like the way Jagan's gone with the BJP, I think the effort should have been slightly more. That's one. For one of the communication heads to be cheering that 2 people are abstaining, how does that help us? I mean, I'm opposition, right? I want to win an election. And for everything that we want to do, we want to save the constitution, we want to save democracy, we want to save India, you have to first win an election. Period. Right now the numbers are 427 and 313 approximately. And of course the voting is happening in room number F101. The issue, and coming to what you said, is in 2017 there were 12 votes that were invalid. In 2022 when Dhankar came in, Dhankar won, there were 15 votes that were invalid. As Rohan will remember why this is important, what you're saying, because at that time, if you remember the Haryana elections, there was a media baron who contested against the official Congress candidate. Now, what happened then was, some people changed the pen, and so the Congress candidate got more votes, but the votes were invalid. So this is called a droop method in the vice president elections. What you said, 1, 2, it's a preferential voting. So you got to get half the votes counted plus 1. Now, if the pen changes, So what you said is you can write 1 or 2 in any number. But if you don't write it with the pen that is put there, you write it with your pen or my pen, then that is not counted. That's an invalid vote. So these are things that are very important and where elections are sort of fixed. So it is extremely important to be alert. I do, while being in opposition, I do like some of the things like how Bhupendra Yadav was in charge of Maharashtra MPs, Anurag was in charge of Himachal MPs. You got to take these things and make sure your votes don't split. Now the game for the opposition is, can they go about 313? If they do, the NDA will be worried.
Well, I don't see that happening at all.
They won't win. I'm not saying they'll win.
I don't see that happening.
But the NDA, because in the Rajya Sabha it's closed, the NDA will not want that number of 313 to be crossed. They would like it below 313.
And for all you know, the India bloc numbers from, what we are anticipating, they're about 322, and then if, people abstain.
Realistically, it's 330.
Chalo, 330.
130.
313 you are saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So even if just 300 votes are cast in favor of Justice Sudarshan Reddy, then they are headed for a big embarrassment as well, which means that there has been some cross voting.
Yeah.
Cross voting dono side se ho sakta hai. That's the good thing about cross voting. It's fairly democratic.